Are we alive? Yep, I heard myself from my phone. Huzzah. Funny you should mention fighting bugs. Okay. Oh. Hello, Kappa. Welcome. Let me tell you what happened to me just now. Good, and it didn't... So what happened is as such. We've been having a bit of a bug problem recently here in the Palace household. And I saw, just now, a bug upon my wall. So I got up to go deal with it. And it was crawling around on the wall, and then it fell down off of the wall onto the floor, directly next to my power strip. And in my pursuit of this bug, I moved my power strip and jostled it in such a way that everything turned off. And the worst part of all of this is that it escaped. It escaped its reckoning and is free to do it again. Ugh. It is at large, yes. And all of the shit that I did when I was setting up earlier, including replacing my fucking chat box here, it undid all of that. So now I gotta bring the chat box back. Ugh. Ugh. I hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it here. Ugh. I think so. Alrighty. I do not own Helldivers 2. If someone would like to purchase it for me, I'll give it a go. Ugh. But it doesn't seem like my kind of game, and as such, I will not be purchasing it for myself. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Anyway. Luckily, we had a recent autosave. Alaka, no! Order, order, order. What does this mean?
Objection!
This is some kind of mistake. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin, your witness's mistake. The greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Valiant Gramarye, as you reminded us several times. Your lucky color is yellow, but the IV is clearly not. Well, this contradiction can mean only one thing.
Objection!
And to think, you almost had me. I see your true colors now, Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. Something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence. Yes, a contradiction. One that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright. How do you mean? How? Because the witness has made no mistakes. I agree, at a glance, the IV liquid does appear a sort of greenish yellow. But I assure you, the liquid itself is quite yellow. Yellow liquid? How can you say that? As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green. Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself? The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook? It looks like I want to say light blue. Precisely. Figured it out yet? Put a yellow liquid inside a blue bag and you get green. This, incidentally, is the liquid's true color. Wow, that is piss yellow, huh? I see. Your explanation does have the ring of truth to it. Okay, but what does any of this have to do with anything? As I thought. There's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin. What? You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave. For you, that is. Grave. The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that? It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Ooh. Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow? Vintage Pursuit! Alakazoo, OMG! That's so many doves and rabbits. Order, order, order. Mr. Wright, you will explain this at once. What do you mean? He needs to explain things. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid, so I'm sure it means something, but what? I can only think of one possibility, Your Honor. The witness, Valant Gramarye, has testified that the IV liquid was yellow because he'd seen it. He knew. He knew? These feel similar. He'd seen it. He knew. He knew. He knew because he knew because he knew. Eh? From the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew that the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before. But not inside the blue bag we see in the photo. He saw the liquid by itself in a clear, colorless bag. I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what all this means. Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at a hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor. Objection! I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if he knew the IV liquid's color? Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, yeah? God damn. Objection! So young, no respect. God damn. The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin. I remember it well. However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag. Wait, I know! An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid. I'm right, right? I mean, yeah, kinda, but that's not what we're getting at. As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sands through an hourglass, IV liquid enters the patient's body, at which point, like magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in. Objection! Let me get this straight, Harriet. You're saying the witness watered down the victim's IV bag. Not with water, but with IV liquid. That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow. Now wait, I said wait! How might an amateur such as myself essay to perform such a task?
Objection!
I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup.
Objection!
I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Quite. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat? He has a point, amateurs. I, at least, would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag. You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. He added liquid to that IV to throw off the time of death. I tire of these fairy tales lacking evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to earth? Valant Gramarye, I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. Might I ask what you're strongly suggesting? Magic relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. Oh wait, hang on. If it undid all of my— Yep, it sure did. If it undid all of my changes from before, then it didn't undo when I changed the volume. Sick. So it was probably a little loud. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was... the syringe. Has been washed. Yup. The victim's syringe. It's the perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick. And easy enough for an amateur to use. What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, no trace of liquid in it. Oh, exactly! That's exactly the point. And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin? What? The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been traces of insulin left inside. Well, Valant Gramarye? As you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. One that you could manipulate at will. Alakazam! Hello, Jelenina. How are you? I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. Aw, baby. Aw, poor baby. I'm afraid that while there is a doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in that bag, the time of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for today. Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. I can do a little much-needed investigation work. I see there are no objections. Court is... Truly, there's no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. A word to the wise. Underestimate the young, and they'll sweep your feet out from under you. In a way you never, ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking. What's he talking about? You say the witness used the syringe to manipulate the level of the IV liquid. But there is no proof. There's no proof he didn't do it either. Yes, quite true. Huh? He's admitting it. Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I'd hoped. This I admit. After all, why linger in the past when the future holds so much? You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin. Proof, Herr Judge. I have another way to prove my case. With evidence, no less. Oh no. What's this? This is the victim, Magnifi Gramarye's diary. Diary? After going into the hospital, Magnifi began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his birth, his startling debut, and of meeting his disciples. It seems he intended for the last chapter to end, quite appropriately, with his death. Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request. Sadly, it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victim wrote in his journal that night, even after the IV bag had begun at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we? Tonight's IV is in, maybe the last. This does appear to have been written just before his death. Tonight's IV is in, maybe the last. I leave the rest to them. The first should come soon. This journal may end here, it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. All that's left to mine is to something this pen. Lay down this pen. The court accepts this into evidence. Magnifi's diary added to the court record. Read the very last part with particular care. Yeah, give me 1 second. Son of a bitch. Hey, look. Don't be sorry, Mittens. Be proud. Oh, boy. How about that, huh? Oh, it's a hat. That's fun. Oh, boy. This is the last page. The diary ends here. Huh? What's this? It looks like a page was ripped out. Well, now isn't that interesting? Oh, boy. Oh, no. This journal may end here, or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Of course, by his, he refers to our defendant, Zach Gramarye. That would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor, after all. But look at what he said before that. This journal may end here, or it may go on. It may go on. Magnifi Gramarye intended to write again. That is, if Zach Gramarye didn't pull the trigger. I see the defense understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on. It ends. Because Magnifi's life was brought to an end by the defendant, Zach Gramarye. Order. Prosecutor Gavin, are you certain that Magnifi Gramarye wrote this? There is no mistaking his handwriting. Well, this does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnifi did intend to continue his diary. Yet, if his diary ended here, which plainly it did, then the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Gramarye. Well, how do you like me now, Herr Wright? Still too green for your tastes, Son of a bitch. He's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe that he'd overlook such an obvious problem with his precious evidence. I would say at this current stage, yes, he's a bit of a himbo. But here's the thing, is that he's really smart. He's really very smart. The man is a prosecutor at age 17. He's so smart. Right now, he's perhaps not the smartest, but he grows, he learns and grows as a person, and he gets better. So I'm going to say yes for now. This version of Clavier with his fucking Oakleys is a himbo. Oh wait, hang on. 2 of them on stage was a sight to see. 37, huh? Well, Mr. Wright, the witness's testimony we heard was lacking, but put together with this evidence, it seems quite sufficient for a case. If the diary is accepted like this, the trial's over. Maybe it's time for me to show them something. Yes, he does, R10. Yes, he does. At the very least, he gets less impulsive. They're gonna make me do it. They're gonna make me do it, and I hate it. What if I say no? No, thank you, I don't need anything. I don't like anything about this situation, but the judge is already getting twitchy with his gavel, so I'd better show them something quick or else. I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence. What? You have some evidence that overturns this diary? It's not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassment. Oh boy. Very well, please show us your evidence, Mr. Wright. Incidentally, don't even think of showing this diary I've just shown the court. Huh? Now that we've come this far, I hope you have something a little more decisive. Show us evidence that proves the victim continued writing his diary. Alright, I'd be happy to. The decisive evidence proving the diary didn't end with this page is... Take that. First, take a closer look at this diary. Note that a page has clearly been ripped out. What's this? I hadn't noticed that at all. That's why we're still here talking about this. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. Alec, I don't believe it! Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot Magnify Gramarye. That's the defense's position. Wait, let me see that. What in Sam Hill? Why, this is the continuation of the victim's diary. This one, presumably. Note the torn edge of the page. It's a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page in Magnify's diary. Quite remarkable. Would you care to explain what all this means, Herr Attorney? The diary continued after his first visitor came, which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Gramarye left, leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor. Valent Gramarye. No. No! My doves and rabbits, no! The handwriting, too, matches that on the other pages. This is, without a doubt, the genuine article. The clown hasn't been ruled out, it's true. Well, but no, the clown died. Well, I suppose Zach did murder the clown, but we're not here about the murder of the clown. We're here about the murder of Magnify. Order, order, order. But wait, that's impossible. That old man couldn't have written that.
Objection!
Oh boy. Finally. Oh man. You just couldn't resist, could you, Herr Wright? Resist what? Presenting solid evidence? Herr Judge. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin? Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. But Prosecutor Gavin, this evidence overturns the current witnesses. I ask only to put it on hold. Please, my new witness has a very, very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes, no more. I promise, Your Honor. Well, if you put it that way, Mr. Wright, what's your take on this? Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, we'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later anyway. So it might as well be sooner. Then, though this is highly, highly irregular, we will put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness may step down. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring this surprise witness to the courtroom. I had a bad feeling just then. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known. Yeah. And I should have known it was a bad sign all around. Son of a... Holding trial with no audience is a first, even for me, Prosecutor Gavin. He had them all leave. I beg the court's understanding. But I had to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony. You know what? That tracks, actually. God, and those really are his eyes, huh? Huh. Yeah, okay. A judiciary deal. The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it best to contain the information to this room. Very well. And you are the witness, I gather? Ah, yes, sir. State your name and occupation for the record. My name's Drew Misham. I'm a painter. A painter? And you are somehow related to this case? No, well, not per se. I have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what this is? Oh, yeah. I know it well. How's that possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before? Oh, yeah. I mean, I made it. You... what? You made it? Yes. You might call it one of my works. The prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Gramarye. Illegal evidence? I initiated an investigation and found this witness. A painter to the world at large, Drew Misham has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries, in other words. Forgeries? Well, so we are to understand that this page here is a fake, prepared by a certain defense attorney.
Objection!
Hold it! I didn't prepare this evidence.
Objection!
Ah, the attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume, but what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix Wright. Get your fucking Oakleys out of my face. Witness, Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client? That... I don't know. What? Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items they want and receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them.
Objection!
But there's no proof this is a fake. He just said he made it. It's a fake. Huh? To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works. I always get up and stretch at the appointed time. It just doesn't want to work, does it? I can say without a doubt, this is mine. Mr. Wright, you have just presented illegal evidence to this court. My court, just like my Japanese animes. It was careless of me. That's all I can say.
Oh, old boy! Here.
What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important.
It was all a trap. A fatal trap. Mr. Wright? Yes. Do you have an explanation for yourself? If I did, would the court hear it? Probably not. Forging evidence is a serious crime. And presenting it in court, a serious mistake. A fatal mistake for an attorney. Fatal too, perhaps, for your client, I fear. Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait! I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime. But you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual. I am sorry, Mr. Wright. Your Honor? Another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah? I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to think before embarrassing yourself. Don't say hot tip. I see no need for further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed. Bye, Drew. Mr. Attorney? Yes? Could I ask your name? Phoenix Wright. Mr. Wright. I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I'll remember you, Mr. Wright. Goodbye. Oh boy. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must... Ah, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Zack. There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible. I am afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I most certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you. Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist? Doesn't exist? What are you talking about? I am talking about this! Mr. Enigmar! The defendant escaped. Find him, quick! Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double! He must not be allowed to escape. That day, in that courtroom, a miracle occurred. The defendant, Shady Enigmar, aka Zack Gramarye, did not just escape from court. He literally, unbelievably, vanished. Right before the bailiff's eyes. No one ever saw him again, not since that day. This is the Gramarye miracle! Ha 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 ha! No verdict was declared. After all, the defendant didn't exist. That's how it happened. The trial of magician Zack Gramarye vanished, along with him, for all eternity. The mysteries that remained behind were all solved, however. But not until 7 years later. To be continued. The Mason system. Oh, right. Right. That trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This I know beyond a doubt. The mysteries of the past work their magic on the present. But you'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself. Which of Magnifi's Gramarye's disciples pulled that trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant Zach Gramarye go? What dark truth lurks behind the forged diary page? And what about the girl who was left behind? Beep boop. The past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth. But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. And when all the questions have found their answers, the final truth will begin. But first, you must chase the truth through then and now. Think of it as a game. Why not? This is a type of role-playing game, is it not? Raiden, turn off the game console right now. I, Phoenix Wright, will be your guide through this game. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended, half finished, when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There is something I must tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. Oh, fuck. My Magatama. What does it do, you ask? Oh, I know. That I would have you see for yourself. Well now, shall we begin? My god. But let's begin 7 years ago, in the past. It is right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. Oh boy. I know they want me to start there, but I just want to look over here real quick. Yeah. Wow. You know, I would say this is a good stopping point, but fuck that. Counterpoint, fuck that. Alrighty. Well, they want me to start at the top, so let's not do that. The nightmare trial was over, and the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun. Counterpoint, we ball. I wanted to wake up, to walk away, but I figured I'm the only one who could do this. Probably. And besides, I had plenty of time, thanks to the Bar Association Review Board's decision. It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away. Then go eep, silly. The VOD exists. 7 years ago, District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Didn't think I'd be back here for a while. I didn't want to have to remember that day. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way. The trial is over. Ah, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Zach? There's one thing I wish to make clear. Nay, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge. But now, like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching. Oh, it sure is gone. Oh, Oh no! Handwritten page. For it to look like Magnifique. It sure is gone. Oh, there it goes. The phantom pain. Where do I start? I don't even have the authority to investigate. Hey, you there, sir. Oh, God. Oh, not you. Down on the hands, floor on your head, now, now, now! What's the big idea? My ears! No unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in here. But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed. Zoe! I just say it like it is, sir, and it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. We've met before, haven't we? On a case. 2 years ago? No recollection of that, sir. Huh? For me, working on a case is always in the present progressive tense, sir. There is no past, there is only now, sir! Okay, you're the bailiff, right? Yes, sir. Court bailiff Mike Meekins at your service, sir. I've asked to meet with the bailiff at this court who let the magician escape. Let me try to make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me, sir. But you were a regular police officer once, right? Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir. Oh. Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So you were in charge of security at the time of the vanishing. I'm dying over here! Oh, it's a hard knock life, sir. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. Guess I wasn't the only victim. Oh boy. And inquiry, I can just leave. I can't even present my badge! I have to say, this isn't the person I was hoping to find. As such, give me a second. This is important to me. "7 years ago, Wright & Co. Law Offices."
Oh, morning, Daddy.
My first show is today, son of a bitch! This was her show. Oh, you son of a bitch. Zach, you bastard. This was her show. 2 weeks had passed since then. I called her into my office. Oh, baby! Oh, honey! Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. We need to start thinking about your future. I, did some calling around. This is hard to say, but... you have no living relatives. So... I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. I hope. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you'd like. I could look up some places you might like to stay at. This is so weird.
Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you.
Huh? Really?
So if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family?
Huh? I guess so. Collecting children. Getting weirder.
Mr. Attorney?
Actually, why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me... You did this. You did this. This is your fault, Phoenix. You did this. Or you can call me Daddy if you'd like. It doesn't have to be today or anything.
Okay, say Daddy.
That was quick. Yes?
If I move here,
It's just like, I guess it's like my Japanese animes.
if I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So thanks, Daddy. Oh, and this office? It's a little blah. A little color goes a long way, you know? Oh, and Daddy? You got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this.
Trucy, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 8. But don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy.
Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge? She is. My mentor's favorite plant, Charlie. I guess watering Charlie's my only real job now. Wait! I have a child now! I can't feed Trucy like this! She probably needs more than the occasional watering too, I'm guessing. Oh boy. Oh boy. An old movie poster hangs on the wall. I finally found out the title after not knowing for the longest time. I actually rented the movie the other day. Cried my eyes out. Just thinking about it makes me tear up. Wait, it's just allergies, really? I should show it to her when she's a little older. Wait, what was it called again? Oh boy. You can still see that hotel from the window here. Every time I look out, I think back on those old cases. I wonder if the view looks different now that I'm not wearing my old badge.
I really dig the far-out view, Daddy.
Thanks. She must have learned a lot of words from her parents. Oh boy. This child. Quite the collection of law books. My mentor bought all of them. I used to be too busy to read them. Now that I have the time to read them, there's no need. But I can't just sell them. Maybe Trucy will want to read them someday. Nah. My desk. Not that I have any reason to sit there anymore. I guess Trucy can use it. It's great for studying math, English, geography, magic. I'm not crying, I just got some dust in my eye. Oh boy. Oh, Phoenix, you're a mess. And you have a child now. Hey, how's it going? You like the office?
So, Daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right?
Have a good look, Khaleesi.
Thanks for hanging out.
You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard for me. For Daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that.
Actually, that's pretty accurate.
So here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, he really did. He really did.
And no one will be my friend at school that way.
Well, that won't do, I guess. I just don't know much about anything other than law. Or even much about law if you were to ask some people, I was gonna say.
Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead.
You mean, like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent?
You've got me, don't ya? I'm a professional.
A professional?
Yup. After all, I am directly descended from the famous Zach Gramarye.
Directly descended. He's your father.
Oh, and now I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright, too.
I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego. I hate that. Could you tell me a bit more about your daddy, Zach Gramarye?
Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy.
Which daddy was that again? I hate this.
Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star of Troop Gramarye, and they're big.
Yeah, I'd like to strike that. I'd like to strike all of this from the record. The Gramaryes, they were on television a lot. Haven't seen them on much recently, come to think of it.
Big magic happens when you put Zack and Valiant Gramarye together, you know? Once they made a giant waterfall right there on stage. And this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall.
Let me guess. There was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top?
I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic.
Oh, now I'm sad. Bring out the censoring lobsters. I shouldn't have brought it up so soon.
I wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone.
Oh no. Mommy? Yeah, what about Mommy? I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother.
But I have my magic, and a great daddy, even if he is unemployed. You know, I think things are gonna be okay.
I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. Oh boy. So Trucy, you're a professional.
Yes, it's like that thing they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs? They say that? I always thought it was funny though.
What was?
Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid.
Right. So in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy.
That's right. Well, wanna see a trick?
You're gonna do a magic trick? Obviously. Actually, I would like to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all.
That's the spirit. Ready? Here goes. Ta-da!
Mr. Hat!
Hey folks, it's Mr. Hat. I gotta say, it's good to be seen.
Yeah! Whoa, that was startling.
The amazing Mr. Hat. Isn't he great? Your friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat at your service.
Oh, you can see, like, her arm moving the thing when she's this young. That's cute. Oh, 'cause she's not that good at it yet. Oh, stop. That's adorable. Oh, that's precious. He certainly makes an impression.
Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy.
And she's like looking to the side. Like, oh, precious.
Though my routines do get a bit heady at times, huh? Get it? Heady?
My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. The amazing Mr. Hat, Trucy's favorite trick, startlingly realistic. Oh, he's good. He's so good. She's a master. She's so good. Could you tell me about your mommy, if it's okay?
Mommy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage.
On stage? You mean with your daddy?
Yep. She was always there with Zack and Valiant, smiling. But then she went away.
Went away?
It was a grand illusion, but she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back.
Maybe so.
I cried then a lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here.
Aw. This is your mother? She's beautiful.
Her name's Thalassa. Thalassa Gramarye.
Poor girl. I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. Now her daddy's vanished too, right before her eyes.
Hey, Daddy, you won't...
Don't worry. I won't vanish. I promise.
Right. You can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan.
Thanks.
Daddy always said to have a backup plan.
I guess all I rate as is a backup plan. Trucy's locket added to court record. I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that.
It's okay. After all, we're family. I just hope you're ready. The Right Talent Agency opens tomorrow.
What? But are we representing anyone?
Me and you. That makes two, Daddy.
I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent.
Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at.
Well, when you put it that way.
You mean you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? This will not do. A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket. Okay, I'll think of something. That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy. Welcome to the team, Daddy-o.
The team, right. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy, she was my light. Aww. Aww. So precious. There's someone I'm hoping to find. I don't think they'll be here, but it's worth a shot. Almost certainly. 7 years ago, detention center visitor's room. You are the last person I wanted to see. What strange sight doth mine eyes behold? Excuse me? 2 men on either side of a single transparent pane. Yet it seems fickle fate has switched sides, so to speak. The forger of fakes walks freely, while the innocent languishes within these plexiglass confines. There's been no proof that I forged anything, nor proof that I took the life of my dear mentor. Yet, these chains cannot hold me for long. The stage awaits. And what, may I ask, awaits you? A little piano in a cold hole in the wall. But since you're here, what shall we discuss? The shooting of Magnifi Grammary, for one. Who pulled that trigger, Valent or his partner Zack? His partner vanished before the answer could be found. If I'm gonna get any closer to the truth, this is the place to start. Hang on. Can I go to the present? Will they let me? They will not. Okay, that's fine. I'm probably gonna find Drew here. That makes sense. 7 years ago, Drew Studio. I figured you'd come here sooner or later. Yeah, hey, what's up? Damn it. I decided on sooner. Drew Misham, was it? I haven't done anything illegal. And I didn't come here to whine about past events. I wanted to ask you some questions. I suppose you have that right? That day, the entire court descended into chaos. Only you stood still, your eyes calmly watching. I admit, it made quite an impression on me. I'm used to finding myself in outrageous situations. Phoenix Wright, was it? That was Phoenix. I'm used to finding myself in outrageous situations. Phoenix Wright, was it? I'll answer what I can. I'm not sure, but feels like I'm being watched. Intensely. Hello, small child. Ah, this is my daughter. Vera, say hello. Okay, bye. She's gone. Shall we begin, then? Okay. What's this painting here? Ah, that's one of mine. It's an illustration for a book. It's not on sale yet, of course, but I thought it might be a good business. She is biting her nail. As a father, I'd like to be able to put food on my daughter's table. Not a feeling I know anything about, at least not yet. Paints are scattered all around, probably the ones he's currently using. Something very artistic about a messy room. I did not read the word artistic. Not that this is anything compared to my office. I guess that would make my office a masterpiece. Ah, going home by any chance? No, I was just checking out the door. Oh. Good thing I'm far too stubborn to take hints like that. Oy. My goodness. Son of a bitch. Hang on. Croquis? What is that? There's some finished paintings stacked here. They don't look all that bad, really. I'll sell you one for 50 cents. That's okay, they look kinda heavy. Oh. Maybe he needs to work on his sales technique a bit. Well, no, that looks awfully familiar, doesn't it? Doesn't it? You use these gizmos for painting? They're pretty elaborate. Ah, those. Those aren't for painting. They're for analyzing. Paint composition, age, every conceivable angle. Tools of the forgery trade, I guess. Yeah. Zoom in, enhance. Maybe I'll just sidle on over here for a closer look. Ka-cheet! Son of a bitch. That's an awfully small frame. What's that inside it? A stamp? Ah, please don't touch that. I'll get in trouble. That stamp belongs to Vera, you see. She always puts it somewhere she can see it. Oh, no. Oh, Trucy's outfit is blue nowadays. Oh, honey. Oh, no. Oh, baby girl, no. No. Oh, that's Zach and Val at the Grammys, isn't it? The post office issued that commemorative stamp last year, when the Grammys were at the height of their popularity. Not anymore. Now that one of them has vanished off the face of the earth. Vera went to see one of their shows when she was quite small. She's been a dedicated fan ever since. She watched them every time they came on TV, until the end. I see. That stamp's quite hard to come by, I hear. I still wonder how she got her hands on it. Never her stamp added to court record. Why can't I examine it again? Awfully small frame. Commemorative stamp. Of the Grammys inside. Okay, there we go. That's a pretty bottle. Ah, don't touch that, please. I'll get in trouble. Eh? It belongs to Vera, you see. She always puts it somewhere she can see it. She looks at it often. There's a light pink fluid inside. Nail polish, I'm guessing. Oh, okay, fine. If it's light pink, then sure. This is you and Vera? Yes, yes. We took that one quite recently. I know I'm a painter. Why not paint a portrait instead? I've never been that good at people, unfortunately. Ah, right. Didn't you practice? And of course we know now that he can't. Can he paint? I don't know if he can paint. What's this red envelope? Ah, don't touch that. That's, it's quite important. The painter's face just changed hues. Guess I'd better behave, though it's tempting to just grab it. That'd be a time paradox, Phoenix. You can't do that. Oh boy. Judging from this place, you're a painter. Not, sadly, a profitable one. I've never sold a painting. It's a source of considerable embarrassment. I would be able to get by were it only me. Your daughter. Her mother. Grew weary of me and left. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. I don't want her to grow up needy, Mr. Wright. That is why I began my other occupation. Forgeries. Don't look at me with those eyes. I know what it is that I do. More than half of the paintings they bring me are stolen, and who knows what my copies are used for. But some of your works aren't paintings, correct? You may not believe me when I tell you this, but that was my first work outside of painting. What? To think it would be used as evidence in a murder trial. I never even imagined the possibility. Then why did you take the job? I was well paid, very well paid. I think he feels worse about it than I do. Past is hard to escape. Honestly, the sooner I can put this behind me, the better. With apologies to you, of course. Sorry, but it's not going to be quite so easy. He's trying to forget what he made. Looks like I'll have to remind him. Take that! Your work. Don't try to pretend you've forgotten. Sure, all you did was make a copy. But that copy might have destroyed the life of an innocent man. I'm responsible too, which is why I have to know. And you have to tell me. I knew it would be difficult to escape this. Then let's talk. I don't have my badge. I don't have Badgent. I didn't think I would need it. Well then, ready to tell me about this work you did? It was unlike anything I had attempted before. I guess it would be a little different from paintings. That is not what I mean. In all my previous work, it sufficed to create a copy. This wasn't a copy? The client gave me two things that day. The first was a sample page as reference. The second, printed document I can only surmise was written by my client. So you used the real writing as a reference to reproduce what the client wrote. Yes, as I said, it was my first job of that nature. So, who was your client? As I said in court, I do not know. Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester. I never met them. Not personally, And here we are! Ah, a Cyclock, of course. It seems like you're still hiding something. Something about this work. My Magatama, one of my most prized possessions, which I got during a certain case. It can show me the locks on people's hearts, and if I can unlock their hearts, then I can steal it as the Phantom Thief. They'll tell me their secrets. The Magatama starts it all, and the Magatama ends it. Ooh! Oh, that's fun. Look at that up there. That's cute. There used to be like a thing in your inventory that you would present like evidence, but now it's a whole thing. It's got its own button up there. Look at that. Okie dokie. Ooh! And it's got a graphic. Oh my goodness. The upgrade. You're hiding something. Let's hear it then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Misham? I'm sorry, but I really don't know. I never met the client. True, when I asked the client's name, there were no Cyclocks in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be, otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. Why are you doing this to me? Well, I've made my stand, no backing down now. So what's Misham hiding? Well, we know that he's hiding the forger. I can pretty much piece together what it is from what you've said. What is it then? You told me what you knew about the client, and I couldn't see any Cyclocks. Psycholocks? Is that some sort of asylum security? Or a new hairstyle, perhaps? But then they did show up, didn't they? Who was your client? Or I do not know. Special request. Never met them, not personally. Not personally. Those words triggered the Cyclock. Again with the Psycholocks. Now I really must know what they are. So you didn't meet with the client, but someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence. Perhaps I'm hung up on this lock business, but I'm afraid you've lost me. Hang on a second. Yeah, page 12. Lhasa Grammary. Beacons. Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about Cyclops. As long as I come to the right conclusion, it doesn't matter how I got there. And your conclusion is? The real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Misham. Poppycock. I don't know what you're talking about. That's my work, I tell you. Made here in my studio. Who else could it have been but me? That's the real question, isn't it? If the forger wasn't you, then I don't have many other people to choose from. The real forger at your studio is Mike Meekins! The real forger is your daughter, Vera Misham, isn't it? Ridiculous. My daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright. I've always been more one for landscapes, not surrealism. Nice comeback, but you're shaking in your boots. Got you now. The only two people with access to the studio are you and your daughter. Cyclops tell me you're not the forger, which makes your daughter the only possibility. Wow. I feel very much on the verge of going psycho-lock myself. Gotti. Steal your heart. I don't know how you knew, but you're right. The one who made this page was my daughter Vera, not I. She's only 12. A genius, you might call her. The precocious little girl outshining her father. There's been a lot of that going around recently. I let her play in the studio and she watched me. She taught herself in that way. The drafting tools and analytical devices I bought when they became necessary. They're my little girl's playthings now. Do I detect a bit of fatherly pride? So Vera was the one who made this page. Would she know who the client was then? Actually, the client came once. Here, to this studio. What? Why didn't you say so sooner? But their face was covered, and they did not want to talk to me. So, they talked to your daughter. I will speak only with the artist, the client told me. Then that little girl is the key to our mystery client's true identity. Okay, what do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more. Or is it time to turn my attention to Vera? I think I've done all I can. Mr. Misham, I have a request. Let me guess. You'd like to speak with my daughter. Can I? My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy. Extremely so, actually. With only one exception. Which was? Oddly enough, it was that client. I left the studio while they talked. I returned when they had finished, and she was laughing. Little girls do love guns. It was the first time I'd seen anything of the sort. Please let me speak with her. All right. Hi, Vera. Uh-oh. This could be tough. Hello, small child. Vera, was it? Would you like to have a friendly chat? I'm Phoenix Wright, ex-lawyer and pianist. I'm still looking for the keys that say do re mi. Can't find them anywhere. Ra-da-da-da-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da. I'm no good at this. I need something to get through to this girl. Okay. The Amazing Mr. Hat? Alright, fine. Something to grab her attention. What? No, okay. Okay. Duh. And then there's this.
My stamp.
Hey, she spoke. She can talk. Yeah, so this stamp. I'm gonna keep her talking. They're so great. Isn't Troop Grammary amazing?
Ah.
Yes?
Oh.
I especially like those two, Zack and Valent. I mean, they're, just so magical.
Aren't they?
Yeah, whenever I go to one of their shows, I'm like, whoa, magic, you know?
Me too. I love them. They're so cool. It's like magic. Yeah.
All right, she's talking. Not saying much, but it's a start.
I went and saw them with Father the other day. The opening ceremony at the Grammary Museum of Magic.
There's a Grammary Museum of Magic? The Grammary, they have one of those? I guess it makes sense now that they have their own commemorative stamp. So, have you been to one of their shows?
Just once when I was little, with Father. Grammary's on stage. It was like a dream. Disappearing, reappearing, cutting apart, putting back together. They do it all.
Yeah. Maybe you can keep telling me stuff like this. You know, about Zack and Valent, maybe.
Oh, sure.
Alright, better get asking before she changes her mind. Zick.
I don't go outside much. I like to paint in here.
Why don't you like the outside?
There's bad people out there.
Well, true, but there are lots of good people, too. Actually, I should tell you. She was almost kidnapped once. Kidnapped? Since then, she's been... Well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house. I see. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. She said she went to the Grammary Museum. With you, in fact. Ah, yes, actually, she was quite insistent on it, much to my surprise. That was the first and last time she expressed such a desire to me.
That person gave me a good luck charm.
A good luck charm?
For when I absolutely had to go outside.
Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. From that client, actually. She won't tell me what it was. Son of a bitch. Oh, you motherfucker. Later, Mittens. Thanks for hanging out. God fucking...
Father, I told you to keep that a secret.
From that client, huh? This I have to hear about. Son of a bitch. You motherfucker. So your father tells me you're good at painting all sorts of things.
I really like painting, a lot. Father's always very happy when I paint them exactly the same.
So you did this too?
Oh yes, that was my first job.
Your first...
All I used to do was paint the same thing I saw. But this was totally different. The pen slips, and the way the writer held the pen, and the pressure on the nib. I had to use a microscope and analyze it on the computer.
She seems happy. Odd. Her work was the last nail in the Grammary coffin. I guess no one told her.
They're the best in the world.
Huh? Oh, you mean Troop Grammary, of course.
Father gave it to me.
Your father? But I asked him about it. He didn't know how you got it.
Oh, I guess I just took it. Yeah.
Took it?
Father got a letter from that person.
That person? You mean the letter was from the client?
Oh, we talked about the Grammarys forever that day. I'm sure that's why I was sent that stamp. I didn't want to just send it back, so I took it.
They're a sneaky one, this client. So they were trying to get on her good side. Having her stamp updated. So you met the person that asked you to do this job. And you talked with them. What's this about a good luck charm you received?
I can't talk about it.
Eh?
If I do, it won't work anymore. That's what I was told.
You motherfucker. Yeah, but I really, really have to know. Oh boy. Right. Time to do some psych unlocking. Alright. The client. You seem to trust this client quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you this stamp.
No, that's not why. They listened to me, to my problem.
Problem that keeps her inside all the time.
Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use a good luck charm.
A good luck charm that your client gave you. I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm? I don't have it. Okay. Okay, hang on. Okay, fine. Fine. Maybe, well, Enhance. Free bottle. Paints and pigments, lined up on the shelves with some noticeable gaps. It's embarrassing, but I can't afford all the paint I want. I insist on buying the ones I use with my own money. You know how to do that? Have you heard that you can make any color, as long as you have the 3 primary colors? Well, it's a lie. Poor guy. Yeah. I mean, it's the bottle. It's not letting me pick it up. Maybe, just maybe, we can do a time heist. Maybe later we can do a time heist. Alright, what do you want? The last time we met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform. Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this. But last year, tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me. That takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing. So here I am, sir, forced to start from square one, a lonely bailiff. But your uniform. I took it with me as a souvenir the day I was fired. That can't be legal. So you were the one who let the magician get away that day. I'm dying over here. A star rises among the court bailiffs full of hope. Then tragedy strikes. Is there anything you can tell me about it? About Zach Gramarye's disappearance? Oh, the humanity! That's enough of that. Why, yes, I'd say it was around 2 p.m. when I heard a commotion in court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open, slam, and some guy's face is right there in front of me. Face! So you saw someone suspicious coming your way. Yes, and I, being a bailiff of little standing, I gave chase. I chased that silk hat all the way down the hall, sir. I have a diagram of the court building here. Aha! Aha! There's courtroom number 7. That's where I was, sir. All by myself, nary a friend to call my own. Okay, and which way did Zach Gramarye run after bursting through the courtroom door? He went up like this, and around the corner like that. So I, with no delay, ran after him with no delay. When I turned the corner, I saw the magic man run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly I ran. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. Why, I remember it like it was right here because it was. Lobby number 2, sir. You ran into this room. I don't see any place to hide in here. Believe it or not, sir, I didn't believe it. Here, in this room, the magician, gone, vanished like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't even any smoke. He was just gone. That's impossible. Yes, that word. Oh, how many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I'm dying. I'm dying over here! Okay, I won't say it again, I promise. But you have to admit, it's difficult to vanish into thin air. Did you search the lobby? I searched. Why the pause? There was nothing here at all, sir. That's right, nothing was here, sir. How can you talk so loud and still be hiding something? So Zach was in this room when he vanished. Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. That red silk hat, that flowing cape. He ran right in here, right inside this room. Silk hat, cape. That's Zach, all right. But, sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do, but nothing, sir. What about now? Have any ideas? Sir! Ideas about what exactly, sir, if you don't mind me asking? You've had quite a bit of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? Do you have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? Oh boy. Cyclops. Should've known. Well... Okay, Mr. Meekins. What do you know? Spit it out. Hey! Oh! What's with the atmosphere in here all of a sudden? You know something, and I'm going to find out what. Zach Gramarye vanished from this room. How'd he do it? How, sir? Well, sir, I can't say as I, sir. Why are you so nervous if you weren't hiding something? Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here, and... Listen, it was impossible. What could such a little girl possibly do anyway? What'd you just say? Sir, did I just say something, sir? No, you screamed it through that megaphone of yours. There was someone else in the room, wasn't there? Sir, I'm going to have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking. Yeah, no. He seems really good at his job, Artan. Really, really good. You don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I know who was here in that room this day. It was Christoph Gavin! Sir! I've never seen that girl until just the other day. Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it. Sir, that day. She was here, in the room, sir. But he wasn't. You mean you chased her into this room, not him? Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but it was how not to mistake a girl for a 7-foot-tall magician. I don't think he was 7 feet tall. 7 feet? Zach isn't that tall, is he? You have a point. I find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Zach Gramarye. But you saw something, and therein lays the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Does this trick look familiar? The amazing Mr. Hat! I wish it was the Blue Badger. What's that? That girl's favorite trick, the amazing Mr. Hat. My favorite trick is the get up and stretch chime. Maybe I didn't set it up right. Anywho, the amazing Mr. Hat! She uses it in her show down at the Wonder Bar. She performs at a bar at age 8? Fine. Have you been to the Wonder Bar? So? It wasn't a waking dream, was it, sir? Come again? That night on stage, I saw a vision, except it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat. He really exists. Oh boy. I remember it clearly, though the details are a little vague. Zach Gramery exited the courtroom. I gave chase and cornered him in the corner room, sir. Zach Gramery, don't even think you can escape Meekins. Down on your hands, floor on your head. Hello?
Something the matter, mister?
No, that is... Sir, I'm currently chasing a suspect, sir. Zach Gramery, do you know him?
Oh, I love Zach Gramery. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan.
I see. That's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room.
But no one's been in here except me.
But he has to be in here somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug. So, Trucy was his accomplice. Imagine my astonished surprise when 1 week later, I just happened to walk into the bar and see him. Mr. Hat. I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while, I thought it had been a long dream. A dream that lasted a week? But it wasn't the magician who disappeared. It was Mr. Hat. Though it seems complex, what really happened that day was quite simple. You were standing by the door and out came Zach. But that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act, and she was standing in front of lobby number 2, along with Mr. Hat. And that's the beauty. Oh, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it? So, while you're standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner and most likely runs through the closest door into lobby number 1. This is where you come in. You turn the corner in rather lukewarm pursuit, and at that very moment, Trucy runs into lobby number 2. Then all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat. Sir, I only lost sight of him for the briefest of moments. Then I saw that cape, Zach Gramery's red cape, fluttering like a cape. Astounding, sir! All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries, wasted! It was as if I could see them melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die! Or the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait. Such sweet sorrows. I'm sorry. I had no idea how much you'd suffer on account of this case. It's an honor, sir. I've apologized to people many, many times, sometimes more than once. But this is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me! Actually, about that girl. I'm sort of her guardian now. Is that so? Sir, you should know that I harbor no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbor. Okay. I let the defendant escape, that's the stone cold truth. Just another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great detective Guam Shu! Mr. Meekins? This is a free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar. If you want. It's an honor, sir. Sir, I can't count the number of things I've had taken from me, sir. But no one's ever given me anything for free! Right, I'll see you in court next time then, sir. No, you won't. I look forward to it. Oh boy. All eyes were on Zach Gramery that day in court until his mysterious disappearance. Now part of the mystery's been revealed, but the magician remained out of sight. It would be 7 years before I met him again. Oh! We've unlocked a core memory in the present. The Borscht Bowl Club. let's finish up here. I didn't want to talk to you. I have to hand it to my partner. He knows how to make an exit. That's talent. Yes, he made my attorney's badge disappear, and he never even touched it. Glorious Spotlight always leaves someone weeping in the shadows. Yet his very disappearance is itself a revelation. Revealing what? Zach Gramarye killed Magnifee. It's as good as a signed confession. That's certainly been public opinion's take on it. An Ace Attorney tale. I grow tired of my cage, and the time of my release is near. I must go and prepare. Planning on jumping back into the magic right away. As long as an audience waits with bated breath, there will be Valant, and also... Yes? Now that my partner has disappeared, Magnifee's repertoire is mine. Valant Gramarye has a tradition to uphold. Is that true? Seen in this light, the trial was quite good to me, verdict or no. And you can't pay for that kind of publicity. The suspicion on you hasn't lifted entirely, Valant. After all, you received one of those letters too. You were just as obligated to follow Magnifee's instructions as your partner. So I was, but only Zach Gramarye followed them. Let us not speak any more of who shot what. Now that my partner has vanished, the question is moot. Is it? Is it really? I'm more interested in learning something else, actually. What might that be? I want to know what Magnifee had up his sleeve. How could he coerce you and your partner to kill him? A trick up his sleeve. Perhaps you do not know. Know what? A great magician never reveals his secrets. Ooh! Didn't think it would be that easy. You have 4, The audience must remain forever in the audience, bathing in the reflected glow of the spotlight. Alrighty then. Shall we dance, Valant Gramarye? The trick up his sleeve. Flying by the seat of my pants on this one. There must be a path leading from the evidence to the truth. And that's what I'm going to find. To ask someone to take a life, even one not long for this world, that's asking someone to commit murder. Yes, our mentor was fond of dramatic moves and dramatic finales. And he got his wish. His life was taken. What weakness could be so powerful as to coerce someone into committing murder? My guess it was a matter of life or death. Care to explain? Your troupe lived in a world of showmanship. The flashier, the better. And flashy so often means danger, doesn't it? Let us make this as painless as possible. If you have proof of this danger, then show it. Oh boy. I mean... Why, that's one of ours. Specially designed for your show, I gather. A single bullet, one shot. What are you suggesting? We are magicians, Mr. Wright, not murderers. Well, I'm not crying murder, Mr. Valant. I'm crying something far more tragic. An accident. Zach and Valant's quick draw shoot 'em. How long has it been since those shots were last heard? Was the shoot 'em cancelled because someone might get hurt? Of course. What other reason could there be? It was cancelled because someone did get hurt, motherfucker. Well, it could have been cancelled because someone had already been hurt. Fascinating, my Faustian forging friend. You keep saying that. But tell me, what can you prove with a single pistol? Well, tell me what would have happened if there had been an accident. What if one of your bullets took a life on stage? The performance of magic is not concerned with what-ifs. It is concerned with precision. Precisely whom do you claim we shot? Oh yeah. Chosen the right path, hope he walks it with me. A life was sacrificed so the show might go on, and this shows who it was. But that's... It was Edgeworth. Zach Gramarye's wife and Trucy's mother. Thalassa, I believe was her name. Ah, Alakazam! But how can you say this? How can you say she was struck by one of our bullets? Still in denial mode, eh? Thalassa was at the greatest risk of being shot. And this clearly shows how much danger she was in? Oh dear. Huh. I mean, this is a stretch. It's not going to be this. Ripped out page. Now I see that everything has been a setup. Also, I would present forged evidence to the court. Wait a sec. Why didn't we just take a rubbing of the next page to see if anything was written? That seems like a very obvious step to me, but okay, sure. Fine. She was inside a stamp! No, I shouldn't. I don't think I have that information. I don't think I have it. More like work. I'll be back for you, Valiant Grammary. I need to do a time heist. Whee! Present day, Borscht Bowl Club. A voice. I'll be taking my leave now. Still have some work to do back at the office. Then I guess I'll go back to my piano. To be honest, it's better when you aren't playing. This frigid culinary dungeon almost feels comfortable. Later then. 2 hours left on my shift. Wonder if we'll get any customers tonight. Do you know who I am? Why, you're the real Slim Shady. Who I am? No, but if you hum it, I can play it. Just kidding, I don't do requests. How about a different sort of request? You see, I play cards. Oh, a customer. It's Mia! I was just hoping someone would come in and save me from a night at the Keys. I seek a true competition. I've heard the Borscht Bowl Club is the place for this. Now I see the rumor is true. And this is... a friend of yours? What the fuck are you doing here? Like a bad penny. It's Mr. Oh, don't mind me, I'm just your friendly neighborhood newsman. He will not be playing tonight. When his business is finished, I shall send him home. This competition will be between us, no others. The Right Talent Agency represents 2 artists, and I'm number 2. I play piano, well, sort of. It's actually just a front for my real talent, which is playing poker. Don't ask me how I got started, I don't remember. But I'm good. Real good. It's brushing time. Stop. It didn't take long for the rumors to get around. Go to the Borscht Bowl Club if you want a real game. That guy's never lost. People don't come to hear me tickle the ivory. They come to watch me play cards. Is this a seedy poker club? No, it's a restaurant. We don't play for high stakes. There's no money involved. But real players carry cash, and they're always thirsty. It's a handy source of income for the club owner. Then let's compete. I'll take you to the room. The hideout, yes. But before we go... Yes? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shady Smith.
Oh, and I'm Brushel, Spark Brushel, news reporter.
Oh, I'm... No. Phoenix Wright. Huh? You must always look a man in the eye when you make your introductions. You still do not know who I am. Have we met?
Ah.
This is a Denny's.
Today in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty.
There he is again in his fucking Oakleys. You can't be. But you're...
Zach Gramarye?
Yes, the reincarnation act of the century. Pity I only have only an audience of one. You. Zach Gramarye. This must be a bad dream. In a sense, this guy ruined my life. You there.
Da.
We will play soon. Ready the room.
Da. I will be preparing the hideout for you.
Are you really him? The Zach Gramarye? Now I'm Shady Smith. Remember this. How many years has it been now? 6? In exactly 3 days from now, it will be 7. I caused you much inconvenience, I fear. Yeah, you could say that. Is she well? Trucy, I mean. She's fine. I've got her working already. Hope you don't mind. I need hardly express my gratitude, but you have it. This is why I have come. That, and to settle a matter of cards. By which you mean poker. Those eyes, he's serious. I despise losing above all else, and so I have decided that I will win tonight, no matter what it takes. You fucking... I know this guy's type, and they're dangerous. Everything's about the competition. All else is secondary. Perhaps we should take this time to talk before we play. I know you have much to ask me. And I, you. And the reporter's here just for funsies? This is important. One of the restaurant tables. This one's the closest to the piano, which makes it the hardest to eat at, I hear. On days when I'm playing, that is. What do you think about the ukulele? What about it? The sound is slight, the annoyance curtailed. A ukulele in a Russian restaurant? Then you must go to a Hawaiian restaurant. Hawaiian shirts don't go with my complexion. That face. Wah ha 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 ha. I give up. This is grape juice? Is it refreshing? I usually drink too much and it ends up making me thirsty. Oh, Mr. Wright. There is something inside that bottle. Huh? It's my business card. You aren't surprised at all. Perhaps you don't like magic. Oh, I see. I sure felt surprised. Maybe I had my poker face on. I must say, it comes as quite a surprise. I never knew you played. I don't. I'd do anything else if I could, believe me. Oh yeah, there's something you could help me with. Do you think you can make that piano disappear? It'd help out in a lot of ways, really. Ah ha 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 ha! You say the funniest things with the straightest face. People always tell me that, except I wasn't joking. We competed that day 7 years ago, too. Ah, yes. You must have been surprised. Called to the detention center out of the blue. 2, 1. Showdown time. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time and only lost twice. Who was the first? Man I killed, of course. You chose your defense attorneys by playing poker. Some are hired, others fired. When you compete, you see a man's true nature. You know what I speak of? I know that you do. Trucy's power. Trucy, she is in a class of her own. For 7 years, I've played poker here at the Borscht Bowl Club, and I've never lost once. I'm good, but not that good. I win because whenever there's a big game, I bring in Trucy. And she sends me signals.
Daddy, he's got a good hand. You might have a chance if you act quick. Better call him soon.
Oh, what happened? I sneezed. Can you tell me what her power is? Judging a person's thoughts by reading their reactions is a staple of performance magic. But those of Trucy's line possess far greater skill. Her line? Recall, you were the second man to whom I've lost. Magnifique Gramarye? That was the first time I learned of this power, as you call it. Wait, so you're saying her power is genetic? And that you're not her father? It's just in the Gramarye blood or something? Blood. I'm sorry, but it's not something told lightly to outsiders. Wait! No, I've got it. Never mind. I've got it. I got it. I understand now. And it is nothing you need to know at this time. Some kind of Gramarye secret, then. I rescind my previous statement. Magnifique Gramarye is the father to Thalassa Gramarye, who is the mother to Trucy Gramarye. Give me 1 second. She's 15 this year? She's still trying her best to follow in your footsteps, you know? I see. When I planned my disappearing act, it was the thought of her alone that gave me pause. Wait, you were planning on vanishing from the get-go? Yes, and for that I must apologize. However, I could not be found guilty that day. Because of this. This. Transferal of rights. You see the signature? The transferal, son of a bitch. That's Magnifique Gramarye's signature, isn't it? You say signature, he just wrote his name. I hereby give all rights to the secret staging and performance of my magic to the recipient named below. And the recipient's name is you, Zach Gramarye. Yes, it is I. Wait, this page looks torn. You recall the diary, yes? First, take a close look at this diary. Note that a page has clearly been ripped out. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. Wait, let me see that. Yeah. How could I forget? That scrap of paper lost me my attorney's badge. This is the real page that was torn from the book. Magnifi gave it to me that night. You could have told me this earlier, like 7 years earlier. Once again, I must apologize. It was all I could do to prepare for my escape from that courtroom. The greatest of Magnifi Gramarye's illusions are a true art. As such, they are well protected by this document. Only its bearer may perform his illusions on stage. Sounds like a pretty important thing to have if you're his disciple. As the rightful heir to his art, I too wanted a rightful heir. Rightful? I'm sure you know who I chose as my successor. Your daughter. That is why I have risked all to come here tonight. Brushel. Sir! Ah, here you go. What's this? A letter passing the rights I have inherited to Trucy. Oh. I would have you sign here as a witness. But I'm not a lawyer anymore. And you need a public notary besides. Ah, I may not look it, but I'm a certified notary. You are? By day I wear a notary's glasses and hunt for news. Also by day I wear a reporter's glasses and notarize. I hate you. When I take off the glasses, I can't see very well. I hate you. Your signature, please. This is the first reason I have come here tonight. Transferal of rights. Ah, I finally figured it out. Now I know why you've come out of hiding only now. It's been 7 years, you said. Precisely. There's a law that covers your situation. After 7 years, missing persons are considered to be legally deceased. So if someone was to vanish from the face of the earth 7 years ago, they would lose all rights as a living person after 7 years from that day. Not to mention all of their possessions. Exactly, which is why I am here. I risk showing my face in public for the sake of this document. Before my 7 years are up. You might say I'm securing my daughter's inheritance. But do you really need this document? Wouldn't Trucy inherit your estate automatically? Not in this case, I'm afraid. This case? Yes, I received the performance rights from Magnifi Gramarye. However, this was done in secret, without witnesses. Before Magnifi died, 2 potential successors to his repertoire were named. Myself, Zack Gramarye, and Valant Gramarye. Not Trucy. I see, so you do need this document. I have known Brushel since before I vanished. He is a man I trust. Somehow. Now only 3 know of my rebirth. I took the liberty of looking into Trucy's background, and found you had no other close kin. It is as you say. Okay. I was kind of hoping he'd say something about the mother at this point. I know everyone else, but Trucy's mother is a mystery. Well, we may as well try. The Gramarye secret. I have to know more about this power of Trucy's. It's like she can see right into people's minds. The first time I saw her do it, it blew mine. And after you were done having your mind blown, you took her to play cards with you. Gotta use the resources at hand, I always say. Yet I myself have no such power. But Trucy does. Why's that? Maybe Trucy got her power from her mother, Thalassa Gramarye. I will not speak of that. Thalassa is officially missing, correct? And I think I know why you don't want to talk about her. I don't think I do. Let me just take a look. This is Trucy's mother, Thalassa. She's pretty. I can picture her on a stage with Zack. Still, she looks like a down-to-earth type, too. Guess Trucy takes after her. Whee! Let me back out. See if I can go anywhere else. Maybe I can present things to you. I don't know. Tell me about this. What's the present? Guess I show him something real interesting. This person in the photo is Trucy's mother. How did you come by this? Trucy showed it to me. She said her mother was gone. Then it is so. Huh? She is gone. What more is there to say? Lots? Oh, I know. Whoa, you're still here? According to my in-depth research, Trucy's mother Magnifi Gramarye's only daughter. End quote. What? Magnifi's daughter? Is that true, Mr. Zack? Brushel, you say too much. What? Why am I the bad guy? Why? Zack decked him. In any case, Mr. Wright, this discussion is over. Thalassa Gramarye. She's the most mysterious of the whole lot. Need to gather me some more evidence, clearly. Well, the prelude may have been longer than the main attraction. Shall we begin our game? My final competition? Final why? As you said, I have come out of hiding today to make this document legally binding. Once that is done, I shall slip once more underground. Without seeing your daughter? It would be best if I did not. 7 years ago, we played. 7 years ago, I lost. I already lost to Magnifi. I do not care to lose to another. And I have heard that you never lose. It's just a rumor. Yes, for it is impossible to never lose, unless one has an ace up one's sleeve. As a magician, it causes me no end of irritation. To think a mere lawyer might be out there, pulling the wool over so many eyes. Hey, I just signed your document for you. Maybe you could try lightening up? That was that. This is this. For my final competition, I will destroy your perfect record, Phoenix Wright. This will be my final performance. You are warned. This guy is beyond serious. So much for a fun evening of cards. Brushel, you may leave. Oh, but it's your last game. I mean, what a scoop. I punch and I punch, but still it is not enough. I just remembered a future prior engagement. Toodles, gentlemen. Oh, and nice meeting you, Piano Man. Later, bitch. Then let us begin. Dealer.
Da.
You will be witness to our competition.
Da, it is honor for me.
Why haven't I seen her around here before? Oh, that reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however. Gavin, I believe was his name. You know him? After a fashion. Listen, Phoenix Wright. One can learn much from a true competition. Remember this. Gramarye power. I was close to understanding it, but I needed more. And I knew where to get it. Trucy's mother. I'd need to meet that reporter again, that was clear. And one other thing. From the moment my final competition with Zack began that night, a name was running through my head. The name of a man now in prison. A name Zack Gramarye knew, but how and why? Ooh-wee-oo. Oh, fuck off. This is his cell? Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, this is his cell. Model goddamn prisoner. Fuck you. Present day. Central Prison, Solitary Cell 13. Lucky number 13, huh? Well, well, isn't this an unexpected surprise? What errand brings you down to my cramped confines? They'd be less cramped if you didn't have that giant fucking bookshelf, you bitch. Gavin. Revenge, Phoenix Wright. You look well, Phoenix Wright. What do you mean? You too, Gavin. I don't like it here. Oh, I don't like it. Nice roses. You taking care of this one here? Ah, yes. She's surprisingly delicate, you know. Requires careful tending. But she is my best friend, as they say. Best? Come on, now I'm starting to feel bad for you. Oh? Of course. She's known to bite if handled roughly. Your rose bites? Thorns, Phoenix. Thorns. I was speaking of the photo next to the rose. Oh. You have a dog? God damn it. Vongol. My retriever Vongol. Cute but feisty. Every dog has its thorn. Fuck you, you have a dog. It's strange, you know. Here I am in solitary, and yet the books keep piling up. Looks like you've got more than books up there. Oh yes, my collection. I've a few friends on the prison staff. They show me a little kindness. Just a little? It's carpet. Nice chair. That's some chair. Just looking at it makes me want to take a seat. You'd probably have to add a whole digit to the price of one of my office chairs. In here, a comfortable chair is the most valuable thing in the world. You'd have to add 2 digits to the price of the standard prison issue chair for this. Those prison chairs don't look so bad either. Maybe I should redecorate. Hey, what's this letter? Son of a bitch! Oh, fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Oh, I hate you! That envelope's been bothering me since I came in here. Why are you underlit all of a sudden? I don't like it. Why do you look like you're holding a flashlight under your face? It's not nice to peek at other people's mail. You get mail here in jail? That I do, though they read it first, apparently. Still, I am allowed the pleasure of correspondence. Packages and the like are a different matter, however. Looks like sneaking a peek is out of the question. Point. Wait, can I look at the door? Am I in the cell? Why am I in the cell? I don't want to be here. Ugh. Life has been full of surprises for both of us. I've no doubt you never expected to lose that attorney's badge of yours. Yeah? Did you? And I'll bet you never expected to wind up here. Shady Smith was the name of the man you killed. Did you know who he really was? Who he was? Zach Gramarye. You know, the defendant. I remember him, of course. Wasn't your case. But you say Smith was Zach? Impossible. Don't even try to tell me it was a coincidence. What did I just say? Life is full of surprises, don't you think? After that trial, you were arrested and found guilty. But your motive was never made clear. A mistake I plan to remedy. You're not an attorney anymore, Phoenix Wright. What possible conclusion do you think this investigation of yours can lead to? I killed a man named Smith with a bottle because I am an evil human being. Isn't that enough? Not for me, it isn't. I need to know why you did it, Gavin. You recall that case 7 years ago? Ah yes, the trial where Zach Gramarye pulled his famous vanishing act. My brother won his fair share of praise and adoration for that trial, as I recall. Genius prosecutor reveals crooked attorney, was it? End quote. That was when I met you, wasn't it? Was it now? The Bar Association review voted unanimously for the strictest punishment. Unanimous, save for one dissenting opinion. Yours. It was my brother who was responsible for putting you in that position, after all. For 7 years we've been friends. And yet, I still don't understand you. But right, your friendship towards me was never pure. You suspected me then, as you still do now, don't you? Honestly, right now I'm not sure what I think. You didn't just brain a guy with a juice bottle for no reason. Tell me why you did it. Persistent, aren't you? I came here because I remembered something. The night of our game. Zach Gramarye mentioned your name, Gavin. That reminds me, I saw a familiar face. Gavin, was it? Although, to be fair, he did just say Gavin. And the two of them look awfully similar. After that, he was killed, and I asked you to help me. Because I remembered your kindness back when everyone had turned on me. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that. I have to know. Why did you kill Slim Shady? No, Zach Gramarye. Yup. How many? Oh, fuck! Whoa! I've never seen Cyclops like these. They're not coming undone, are they? Dark, cold, full of despair. Can I even unlock these things? Something wrong, right? No, it's nothing. You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Life is to be taken easy, you know. Fuck you. He's doing his nails? Fuck you. It won't even let me try. Fuck you. You're thinking, I am not thinking what self-respecting man would use nail polish. Plenty of men paint their nails, thank you very much. Not really. I know appearances are a big thing with you. That too. You know what I say? One cannot live a beautiful life without beautiful nails. You know what? Good for you. First rate in all things, except nothing less. That certainly does look like first-rate nail polish. I like the sparkly bottle. It's crystal. If you're so drawn to it, please have one. It's on me. There it is. Colorless, huh? I have what I came here for. Time to do a time heist. Whee! Alrighty. Ba-boom. The client. This was what they gave you, wasn't it? Oh, I didn't examine it. I should do that. Just for fun. Ariadone? Ariadone. I've heard of that brand. This must be the brand symbol. It's supposed to be some kind of flower. Wait, no, maybe it's a hand. Wait, on second thought, is that an eagle? Who makes these things up anyway? You'd think they'd try for a clearer symbol at least. And it's got a big old hand on top of it. Ah! Same bottle's over there on your desk. Your good luck charm, right?
I heard once. Cosmetics were once thought to ward off evil. This is a magic bottle. It has the power.
Ah, of course it does. I'll just refrain from commenting any more on that one. I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. He's the one who asked you to do this job. Is this your card? This man is a friend of mine. Know him? His name is Christoph Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually.
I promised. I promised not to tell.
Oh, Vera. Oh, you poor thing.
I'm sorry. I can't talk about the client. I promised. And if I break my promise, the spell won't work.
I don't need a name anymore. I've got my answer. You're pretty confident in this charm, then.
I think they might be the devil.
Huh?
Or maybe an angel.
What do you mean?
I saw it. Or I think I saw it when they gave me this. I saw the devil's face.
Are you saying the client's face looked like the devil's?
No, the client was gentle, with a gentle smile.
So where'd you see this devil, then?
It was so quick, I don't remember well. But that's when I knew that person wasn't like other people. That's why I believe in my good luck charm.
I'm not sure what this devil she saw was, but it's pretty clear that Christoph Gavin has her charmed. Well, I think that's all. I'll be leaving now. I am sorry for what happened. If you want to apologize, try my client, Zach Gramarye.
Did I do something bad?
What makes you think that?
Your eyes. They're sad. Very sad.
I'll put on my smile next time I come. Promise. I hope to see you smile then too, Vera.
Oh, okay.
Take care. Thinking back on my first encounter with the young forger, I witnessed something of vital importance that day. Of course, by the time I realized it, it was already too late. It's all coming together. Angle or your devil? Is that a multiple choice or yes or no? It won't even let me try. But apparently I'm not done here. No. Advances in chair technology. No dice. Okay, it's not letting me fast forward through all this text, which is unfortunate. Okay, now it is. Never mind. But you're still taking up all of my time with that fucking animation. Alright, well. Apparently I'm not done here. Maybe. This is a fucking autoplay one. Maybe I have to finish Zach's line of inquiry before I finish. God damn. Alright. Let's see. What did we need here? We needed some kind of evidence of what happened to Thalassa. But we don't have that. Or why she was in danger. Let me see here. Gun. Who was hurt? Thalassa. How much danger she was in. Troop Gramarye's performances were very, very popular. So popular, they even made a commemorative stamp at the height of your fame. We were not merely the latest craze, we were an age, a golden age. It's all here on this stamp. There's Thalassa, yes? Trucy's mother is missing, I hear. What happened to her? I don't know. Part of his memory is still locked up. There is one thing you're failing to address. What's that? As you say, our troop was a world unto itself. If our leader Magnify was so inclined, he could hide anything he wished with ease. But Mr. Wright, then he would have hit a crime, making him an accomplice. Not a great foundation for blackmail. Valance got a point. If one of the troop members died in an accident and Magnify covered it up, his innocence would come into question. Found the right address, Mr. Wright? So close, there has to be something about how Thalassa's death can affect Zack and Valence's relationship with Magnify. Something to say. How can you possibly prove more than you already have? Why Thalassa's accident tied your hands so completely? They're asking me. They're telling me that I can present a person. Little knowledge of the players to crack this one. Tied both of your hands, and this information proves I have so much power over you. Oh dear. Nah, I didn't think so. That was a guess. Hey, thanks. All about the people involved. Histories. Who was she really? Ah, I see. It wasn't a question of who shot Thalassa. Thalassa herself was the problem. What do you mean? She was Zack Gramarye's wife, Trucy's mother, and Magnify Gramarye's only daughter. There was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. If that wasn't the key to Magnify's power over you, I don't know what was. It was an accident! He's still got those doves and rabbits. There's no proof. None at all. The Thalassa went missing, and your mentor blackmailed both his disciples. It doesn't take a genius to put one and one together. Ours was a complex family. You mean Troop Gramarye, the master of Magnifi Gramarye, his only daughter, and his 2 disciples. That does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it? Do not be tempted into faulty flights of fancy. Yes, there was an accident. But that is all it was. An accident! And that is how I discovered that elusive ingredient, that spark! That is the breath of life. Zack and Valance tour de force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly straight toward that beautiful body on stage. And then crash, zing, pow into everything but her. Now that is magic. It happened one day when we were practicing. Same trick with a new twist. And tragedy. But as for whose bullet stole Thalassa's life, we shall never know the answer. Thalassa disappeared from our lives, and Zack was bereft of his wife. Trucy lost her mother, and Magnifi his daughter. Sparkbrush. It was him! And that led to blackmail, I take it. It is all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when the curtain falls. Why did Magnifi Gramarye try to cover up the accident? It was his own daughter who died. All I can say is, it was a critical time for Troop Gramarye. A passing of the torch from Magnifi to Zack and Valance. We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. Thalassa's death was the greatest sacrifice of all. Yet, even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not. What do you mean? In time, we, myself and Zack, found we could no longer oppose Magnifi's wishes. Magnifi forced us to perform his art for his benefit. I see. I guess I can understand. I mean, he did lose his only daughter, but you do not find cowardice in his actions. Huh? To decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing. But then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads. Things were dark behind the scenes in Troop Gramarye, that's for sure. Did I say Troop Gramarye? Does Trucy know? She was not told, naturally. Who would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's life? True. I had not thought of that accident for a very long time. Sorry to dredge up old memories, but this has helped a lot. Not to find Magnifi's snare, I should think. You'd be surprised. True. Ah. After that accident, there was one who came sniffing quite persistently. A reporter? Son of a bitch. He called himself a newsman at the time. Oh shit, it's 6 o'clock. Alright, hang on. Often I spied him lurking about the dressing room, doing his research. Would you happen to remember his name? What was his name? Sorry, I have forgotten. But in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner, Zack. I liked him not. I see. His name, I do not recall, but his scent, the cloying aroma of mint. Yes, whenever he smiled, which was far too often. I see. Thanks for your help. It does no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. You will not uncover answers, only wounds. Sorry. I had begun to notice a dark curtain hanging over Troop Gramarye, and I began to realize what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. It is the reporter he mentioned, the newsman. I never learned who that was at the time, though I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. That smile, and the sickly sweet scent of mint. The last floss-thin thread connecting Zack Gramarye to this world. Sooner or later, I'd have to track him down. Unfortunately. You know what? Nah, fuck. Ah, jeez. I did, when we got to this section, I did say that I wanted to finish up all of the past segments before I finished. Well, I didn't say that. I thought it to myself and was going to say it until I realized we'd be going back and forth. But hey, we have now finished all of the past segments. So that's nice. So, yeah, that'll have to do it. Save again, just to be safe. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. Even when, a bug killed the stream instead of me killing the bug. But, yeah. I would like to try and finish this weekend, which is part of why I went a little longer today. Because I have people coming to visit my house next week, and I don't know if I'll be able to stream the week after. I don't know how long they'll be here. So we'll see. We shall see. I will dream of no such thing. But thank you all for hanging out with me today. And, yeah. I'll see you next time. So long, farewell, goodbye, have a good, goodbye, goodbye.